Full copy of any recorded match is available to buy for scouting, training and analysis purposes. We also offer services to individual players who are looking to build a video portfolio. For more information, please contact us on Twitter or send an email to williams@wdsports.co.uk. Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to WD Sports, episode 26 of the ESL Football Show.
West Essex hosted Enfield, looking to secure their first Essex Senior League win since mid-December. Enfield, meanwhile, had won only one of their previous 5 matches and were hoping to avoid a third successive defeat.
Let's go!
The game got off to an energetic start, the away side flying out of the blocks to produce a flurry of chances early on, although West Essex almost found their own net with an ill-advised defensive header that looped just over their own crossbar. Enfield's Ben Bradbury would be a thorn in the West Essex side all game, beginning with a strong solo run, capped off by a left-footed strike that had Jack Coker rooted to his spot as it bounced off the crossbar. Enfield got in behind after a clever pass from Josh Flynn played in Luke Thomas, only for his shot to be deflected behind. Having survived the early pressure, West Essex grew into the match and began to hit Enfield on the counter. A nice 1-2 gave Michael Mignot a one-on-one with Enfield keeper Stephen French, who recovered well after losing his footing to make the save. Enfield would soon come to regret not taking advantage of their earlier possession, although they have right to feel aggrieved with what happened next. Callum Bloss went down in the area under what appeared to be minimal, if any, contacts from Jacob Dixon, who was given a yellow card to go along with the sting of conceding a penalty. Joe Lefley stepped up to take it, sending French the wrong way to give West Essex a controversial lead. While Enfield may have legitimate complaints about the first goal, the second was very much of their own doing. Chris Gormley was put under pressure with an underhit back pass, allowing Mignot to pounce. French whiffed on the clearance, having raced off his line, giving Mignot an open goal with which to double Essex's lead with less than 20 minutes played.
Second chance of it down there, isn't it?
Enfield were not out of it yet though, and nearly pulled one back when Rhys Barrett's ambitious flick flew just wide of the goal. He would have another chance shortly after, looping his header up onto the roof of the net. However, defensive frailties would be Enfield's undoing once more.
Good cross.
Gormley was again caught out by Mignot's pace, the striker playing a through ball to Hakeem Medfire, who, despite the tight angle and lack of support, was still able to find the bottom corner with a powerful strike.
Chance of an image.
Enfield have had a better chances as well.
Enfield were 3-0 down despite having had more chances, and it could easily have been 4 had the offside flag not gone up after Mignot was put clean through again. Enfield would finally find the net themselves almost immediately. Luke Thomas's cross travelling through a crowd before being bundled in at the back post by Bradbury.
Go.
Yeah, good. Go. There you go. Come on, Enfield.
Right up, Ben.
Who scored?
Ben.
That's the trouble.
The away side almost cut the lead again just before the break, but Josh Flynn's dangerous pass was diverted just wide of the goal. Enfield were unfortunately unable to carry the momentum into the second half. Bradbury's awkward header from the goal kick gave away possession, and all it took from there was one precision pass for Bidnio to nick the ball and tap into an empty net for the second time. Enfield would need to score quickly to keep hopes of a comeback alive, but when provided with a one-on-one of their own, Bradbury lacked his opposite number's clinical touch, rolling his effort harmlessly wide of the post. His teammates were hardly faring better as the ball was sliced high and wide after setting up nicely for Amin Ben Youssef. Picking up the ball after a quick free kick, Thomas fired wide before Arnold Haxu let fly with a long-range effort that did little to trouble Coker. Still turning in some fantastic saves to keep the game from getting out of hand, including this excellent strong palm to turn Simeon Taylor's header over the bar. Taylor would turn provider for the next big stop, his cross finding Tom Woodbridge, only to be denied by another excellent save from Enfield's second goal would come, but it would be too late to spark a comeback. Haxu raced into the West Essex half and, receiving the ball back from substitute Jordan William, curled a fantastic effort into the top corner of the net. Enfield would at least have the consolation of having scored the best goal of the day. The good feeling wouldn't last long, however, as Jay Stavrey appeared to kick a West Essex player in the back of the head, an act for which he was rightly shown a straight red card. Enfield's hearts were now completely out of the game, evidenced by the defenders switching off as Simeon Taylor was played in behind, having plenty of time to take a touch before finding the bottom corner to complete the rout.
Square it. Good play.
A confidence-boosting win for West Essex, their first of the calendar year, while Enfield are left to wonder how they were beaten so handily despite appearing to be the better side for stretches of the match. The 3-0 first half hole was ultimately too big to climb out of, and the afternoon only got worse from there, though they can take solace in having plenty of games in hand on the teams around them, including 4 on West Essex, meaning a run of good results could propel them into the top half of the table. Tower Hamlets faced a tough test to avoid a 5th successive Essex Senior League defeat as they hosted 3rd placed Hullbridge Sports, a team having convincingly won their last 2 games and winning 8 of their last 10. Hullbridge set their intentions early with plenty of pressure on the Tower Hamlets goal in the opening stages. After a free header was directed over the bar, Hamlets scrapped the ball clear from a goalmouth scramble, denying any Hullbridge player from getting a clean shot on goal. Hamlets continued to live a charmed life at the back and were extremely fortunate not to go one down after Jamal Allen's thunderous left-footed volley clattered off the crossbar. When Hamlets did have their chance going forward, they crucially took it. A long ball up from the left played Wale Odedoyin in behind, but the striker still had plenty to do, needing to muscle a defender away before firing home with a powerful left-footed strike. The lead was almost doubled when Hamlets had yet another one-on-one, but this time Hullbridge keeper Lewis Green stayed strong to make the save with his legs. Ten minutes before the half, Hullbridge were given their avenue to an equaliser, as Jonas Fuaditu was clumsily barged over in the box, leaving the referee no choice but to point to the spot. Adebola Sotoyinbo converted the spot kick, drawing the away side deservedly level. The second half would pass largely without major incident, Tower Hamlets putting in a resolute defensive performance that kept Hullbridge at bay for the rest of the match. Tower Hamlets will view the match as a point well earned against a strong opponent, whereas Hullbridge will likely consider it to be 2 points dropped in a match they would have been expected to win. They sit third in the Essex Senior League, 7 points adrift of Stansted, but with 2 games in hand to make up some ground on the league leaders.
And they run and away, and the worker will say, but the same will walk and move.
Thanks for watching another brilliant episode of the ESL Football Show. See you next week.